watch you wear is never neutral. It silently communicates your status, your mastery of time, and even your credibility to everyone around you. When two people meet for the first time, it's not just a verbal exchange, it's a rapid, silent assessment. The brain observes, analyzes, compares, and categorizes almost instantly. It tries to figure out who it's dealing with. Is this person an equal, a potential ally, a superior, a rival, someone reliable or unpredictable? And in this assessment, every detail counts, even those that seem insignificant, because they send subtle but powerful signals. The watch is one of those signals. It doesn't necessarily grab attention at first glance. It doesn't announce its value. It doesn't shout. But it communicates quietly. It's noticed in natural movements, a handshake, a wrist gesture, adjusting a cuff, or a brief moment when attention drifts to the wrist. In that instant, the other person's brain picks up the information and translates it immediately. Coherence, mastery, consistency, or conversely, dissonance, awkwardness, overcompensation. Take a concrete example. A Rolex Datejust worn by someone confident and stable instantly conveys consistency and credibility. The watch doesn't shout. It accompanies. It reinforces an already existing state. A Cartier tank, understated and elegant, suggests a taste for timelessness and balance, communicating that the wearer values detail and refinement, that they appreciate quality over instant effect. An Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, bold yet controlled, signals a more technical, precise taste and exclusivity, something that only those familiar with the code will fully perceive. Even if someone doesn't recognize the exact model, they sense the logic behind the object, the coherence or lack thereof between the person and what they're wearing. This perception acts like a quick social test, an intuition that triggers in a fraction of a second and heavily influences how the interaction unfolds. Conversely, an incoherent or poorly chosen watch immediately creates subtle doubt. An overly flashy, oversized, or inappropriately ostentatious piece draws attention where it shouldn't, and that slight imbalance alone can undermine credibility. This reaction is rarely conscious. The person won't say, "Your watch doesn't suit you," but they feel a mismatch, a subtle unease, an implicit question forming in their mind. Is this person really in their element? Do they truly master what they claim to master? Status in all human interactions works through deduction, not declaration. It is perceived, felt, and a watch is one of the most powerful tools to influence that perception. A well-chosen watch supports your entire presence, reinforcing your image invisibly. A poorly chosen watch, even without being flashy or fake, can subtly weaken your impact, altering how others perceive your energy, confidence, and authority. And this influence accumulates. Each gesture, each interaction, each moment your watch appears contributes to strengthening or weakening your credibility. The subtlety lies in the watch working in the background without any conscious effort. It's not a tool for superficial seduction. It's a silent indicator of coherence, maturity, and consistency. It can transform an ordinary encounter into a lasting impression or create micro-tension that infiltrates the mind of the other person, coloring every subsequent interaction. That's why understanding, choosing, and wearing your watch is far more than a matter of style or fashion. It's a powerful social lever, silently enhancing or undermining the way we're perceived. When people meet for the first time, their brains instantly assess who they are dealing with: ally, equal, superior, or rival. Every detail matters, even seemingly small ones, and the watch is one of these silent signals. It doesn't shout, but it communicates through gestures: a handshake, adjusting a cuff, a brief glance at the wrist. A Rolex Datejust, worn by someone confident, conveys consistency and credibility. A Cartier tank suggests elegance and refined taste. An Audemars Piguet Royal Oak signals exclusivity and precision. Even if someone doesn't know the exact model, they sense the coherence, or lack thereof, between the person and the watch. Conversely, a flashy, oversized, or mismatched watch creates subtle doubt. People may not say it out loud, but they feel something is off. Status works through perception, not declaration, and a watch is a powerful tool for that. A well-chosen watch reinforces your presence. A poorly chosen one weakens it. The subtlety is key. It works in the background, silently affecting credibility and the flow of interactions. Watches that enhance credibility are subtle and balanced. They accompany the wearer without overpowering them. A Patek Philippe Calatrava shows long-term thinking and discipline. A Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso or Master Control communicates precision and technical taste. A Rolex Explorer or Oyster Perpetual signals reliability and stability. Even simpler watches, like a Grand Seiko or a Nomos, can be powerful if thoughtfully chosen, reflecting deliberate taste rather than flashy status. Credibility builds gradually through repeated gestures and interactions. Every glimpse of the wrist conveys subtle cues: balance, style coherence, and understated elegance. The best watches become an extension of your identity, reinforcing what already exists. A misaligned watch creates friction, while a coherent one amplifies credibility, subtly communicating mastery and consistency. Watches that enhance credibility are subtle and balanced. They accompany the wearer without overpowering them. A Patek Philippe Calatrava shows long-term thinking and discipline. A Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso or Master Control communicates precision and technical taste. A Rolex Explorer or Oyster Perpetual signals reliability and stability. Even simpler watches, like a Grand Seiko or a Nomos, can be powerful if thoughtfully chosen, reflecting deliberate taste rather than flashy status. Credibility builds gradually through repeated gestures and interactions. Every glimpse of the wrist conveys subtle cues: balance, style coherence, and understated elegance. The best watches become an extension of your identity, reinforcing what already exists. A misaligned watch creates friction, while a coherent one amplifies credibility, subtly communicating mastery and consistency. Some watches can instantly harm credibility. This happens when a watch is too flashy, too large, too shiny, or mismatched with your style, environment, or identity. Even expensive watches can backfire if worn too early in your career or in the wrong context. Smartwatches can also reduce credibility by signaling constant distraction and lack of presence. Small mismatches accumulate over time, creating friction and subtle doubts in the minds of others. Once an impression forms, it's difficult to reverse. A watch that doesn't match your story or identity becomes a mirror in reverse, exposing weaknesses instead of reinforcing strengths. The key is alignment. A well-chosen watch amplifies credibility, while a poorly chosen one silently undermines it. Choosing a watch intelligently isn't about price, brand, or flashy prestige. It's about coherence with your lifestyle, identity, and environment. Ask yourself, where do you spend your time? Who do you interact with? In what situations? A watch should make sense in these contexts. Size and design matter. A too large or too heavy watch draws attention to the wrong place, while a fragile or overly minimal one may signal lack of seriousness. Materials communicate subtly. Leather, steel, gold, titanium all send messages. A Rolex Oyster Perpetual, Cartier Santos, or Omega Aquaterra works in most environments without overpowering your presence. Even a simple Grand Seiko can outperform a more expensive watch if it reflects deliberate taste. The key is alignment. A watch should accompany and reinforce your personality, becoming almost invisible while amplifying credibility. The right choice is not superficial. It's a tool to silently communicate mastery, consistency, and coherence. A watch is more than a timepiece. It's a reflection of identity and cultural codes. Iconic watches like James Bond's Omega Seamaster or Steve Jobs' simple Seiko carry symbolic power. Wearing them subtly affects your behavior. Posture, gestures, and confidence adjust to match the watch's archetype. Culture also shapes perception. Rolex Submariner, Cartier Tank, or Audemars Piguet Royal Oak are associated with success, discipline, or elegance. Even if someone doesn't know the exact model, they feel its meaning. The watch also influences your self-perception, reinforcing confidence and alignment with your identity. Credibility is strongest when your watch disappears into your natural presence, supporting what already exists without trying to impress. In this sense, the watch becomes both a mirror and amplifier. It reflects your personality and enhances your silent communication, shaping both how you are perceived and how you feel. After exploring history, symbolism, social impact, credibility, and psychology, the key is clear. A watch never creates status from nothing. It reveals and amplifies what already exists. Coherence is everything. A high-end watch, misaligned with your personality or context, will weaken credibility. A well-chosen watch reinforces it. Status is built silently, through alignment, consistency, and subtle signals. Each gesture, glance, and interaction with your watch contributes to the impression you leave. The right watch supports presence, reinforces mastery, and communicates seriousness effortlessly. Misaligned watches, even expensive ones, act as silent friction, exposing weaknesses. The ultimate lesson: choose your watch as an extension of yourself, a tool to amplify authenticity, credibility, and status naturally. Take a moment to look at the watch you're wearing right now. Think about what it communicates. Is it amplifying your coherence, consistency, and credibility, or is it sending the wrong signals? Consider its story, how it fits into your life, and the identity it reflects. If this video has helped you see watches differently, understand that they're not just accessories, but powerful tools for status and silent communication. Then subscribe to stay updated, leave a like to support the channel, and share in the comments which watch you wear daily and why. Tell your story, explain your choice, and start using this small object to reveal the coherence, confidence, and status you already carry within yourself.